Hang out. Meaning spend time relaxing. Example: instead of going to the party, we are just going to hang out at my place. Calm down. Meaning relax after being angry. Example: you are still mad. You need to calm down before you drive the car. Wake up. Meaning arouse from sleep. Example: I woke up when the rooster crowed. Go on. Meaning continue. Example: he would finish one Dickens novel and then just go on to the next. Go on. Meaning happen. Example: the cops heard all the noise and stopped to see what was going on. Run into. Meaning meet. Example: Carlos ran into his English professor in the hallway. Look into. Meaning investigate. Example: the police will look into the possibilities of embezzlement. Put away. Meaning save or store. Example: we put away money for our retirement. She put away the cereal boxes. Read over. Meaning peruse. Example: I read over the homework, but couldn't make any sense of it. Point out. Meaning call attention to. Example: as we drove through Paris, Françoise pointed out the major historical sites. Put off. Meaning postpone. Example: we asked the boss to put off the meeting until tomorrow. Please put it off for another day. Take off. Meaning remove clothing. Example: it was so hot that I had to take off my shirt. Set up. Meaning to arrange, begin. Example: my wife set up the living room exactly the way she wanted it. She set it up. Ask somebody out. Meaning invite on a date. Example: Bob asked Amanda out to dinner and a movie. Blow up. Meaning explode. Example: the terrorists tried to blow up the railroad station. Do over. Meaning repeat a job. Example: do this homework over. Fill out. Meaning complete a form. Example: fill out this application form and mail it in. Figure out. Meaning solve, understand. Example: if you figure out a solution to a problem or the reason for something, you succeed in solving it or understanding it. Throw away. Meaning discard. Example: that's a lot of money. Don't just throw it away. Get away with. Meaning escape blame. Example: Janet cheated on the exam and then tried to get away with it. Drop out of. Meaning leave school. Example: I hope none of my students drop out of school this semester. Give away. Meaning give something to someone else for free. Example: the filling station was giving away free gas. Make up, meaning, invent a story or lie. Example: she knew she was in trouble, so she made up a story about going to the movies with her friends. Look after, meaning, take care of. Example: my mother promised to look after my dog while I was gone. Turn up, meaning, raise the volume. Example: Grandpa couldn't hear, so he turned up his hearing aid. Run across, meaning, find by chance. Example: I ran across my old roommate at the college reunion. Get along with, meaning, have a good relationship with. Example: I found it very hard to get along with my brother when we were young. Make sure of, meaning, verify. Example: make sure of the student's identity before you let him into the classroom. Come in, meaning, enter. Example: they tried to come in through the back door, but it was locked. Grow up, meaning, get older. Example: Charles grew up to be a lot like his father. Turn off, meaning, switch off electricity. Example: we turned off the lights before anyone could see us. Turn off, meaning, repulse. Example: it was a disgusting movie. It really turned me off. Ask around, meaning, ask many people the same question. Example: I asked around but nobody has seen my wallet. Give back, meaning, return an object. Example: my brother borrowed my car. I have a feeling he's not about to give it back. Make out, meaning, hear, understand. Example: he was so far away, we really couldn't make out what he was saying. Take down, meaning, make a written note. Example: these are your instructions. Write them down before you forget. Put up with, meaning, tolerate. Example: the teacher had to put up with a great deal of nonsense from the new students. Come to, meaning, regain consciousness. Example: he was hit on the head very hard, but after several minutes, he started to come to again. Keep away, meaning, remain at a distance. Example: the judge warned the stalker to keep away from his victim's home. Hand in, meaning, submit something like assignment. Example: the students handed in their papers and left the room. Pick out, meaning, choose. Example: there were 3 men in the lineup. She picked out the guy she thought had stolen her purse. Turn on, meaning, switch on the electricity. Example: turn on the CD player so we can dance. Take after, meaning, resemble. Example: my second son seems to take after his mother. Get rid of. Meaning eliminate. Example: the citizens tried to get rid of their corrupt mayor in the recent election. Run out of. Meaning exhaust supply. Example: the runners ran out of energy before the end of the race. Come over. Meaning to visit. Example: the children promised to come over, but they never do. Keep on. With gerund. Meaning continue with the same. Example: he tried to keep on singing long after his voice was ruined. Bring up. Meaning mention a topic. Example: my mother brought up that little matter of my prison record again. Pick up. Meaning lift something off something else. Example: the crane picked up the entire house. Watch them pick it up. Talk over. Meaning discuss. Example: we have serious problems here. Let's talk them over like adults. Use up. Meaning exhaust, use completely. Example: the gang members used up all the money and went out to rob some more banks. Wait on. Meaning serve. Example: it seemed strange to see my old boss wait on tables. Get through with. Meaning finish. Example: when will you ever get through with that program? Take care of. Meaning be responsible for. Example: my oldest sister took care of us younger children after mom died. Drop by. Meaning visit without appointment. Example: we used to just drop by, but they were never home, so we stopped doing that. Pass out. Meaning lose consciousness, faint. Example: he had drunk too much, he passed out on the sidewalk outside the bar. Bring up. Meaning raise children. Example: it isn't easy to bring up children nowadays. Hang up. Meaning put something on hook or receiver. Example: she hung up the phone before she hung up her clothes. Call on. Meaning ask to recite in class. Example: the teacher called on students in the back row. Break in on. Meaning interrupt a conversation. Example: I was talking to mom on the phone when the operator broke in on our call. Keep up with. Meaning maintain pace with. Example: it's hard to keep up with the Joneses when you lose your job. Talk back to. Meaning answer impolitely. Example: the star player talked back to the coach and was thrown off the team. Eat out. Meaning dine in a restaurant. Example: when we visited Paris, we loved eating out in the sidewalk cafes. Show off. Meaning demonstrate haughtily. Example: whenever he sat down at the piano, we knew he was going to show off. Call off. Meaning cancel. Example, they called off this afternoon's meeting. Hold up, meaning, delay. Example, I hate to hold up the meeting, but I have to go to the bathroom. Try on, meaning, put clothing on to see if it fits. Example, she tried on 15 dresses before she found one she liked. Get over, meaning, recover from sickness or disappointment. Example, I got over the flu, but I don't know if I'll ever get over my broken heart. Catch up with, meaning, keep abreast. Example, after our month-long trip, it was time to catch up with the neighbors and the news around town. Look forward to, meaning, anticipate with pleasure. Example, I always look forward to the beginning of a new semester. Think back on, meaning, recall. Example, I often think back on my childhood with great pleasure. Get by, meaning, survive. Example, Uncle Heine didn't have much money, but he always seemed to get by without borrowing money from relatives. Show up, meaning, arrive. Example, day after day, Efren showed up for class 20 minutes late. Hold up, meaning, rob. Example, 3 masked gunmen held up the security bank this afternoon. Try out, meaning, test. Example, I tried out 4 cars before I could find one that pleased me. Go over, meaning, review. Example, the students went over the material before the exam. They should have gone over it twice. Check up on, meaning, examine, investigate. Example, the boys promised to check up on the condition of the summer house from time to time. Look down on, meaning, despise. Example, it's typical of a jingoistic country that the citizens look down on their geographical neighbors. Walk out on, meaning, abandon. Example, her husband walked out on her and their 3 children. Get up, meaning, arise. Example, grandmother tried to get up, but the couch was too low, and she couldn't make it on her own. Put on, meaning, put clothing on the body. Example, I put on a sweater and a jacket. I put them on quickly. Turn down, meaning, lower volume. Example, your radio is driving me crazy. Please turn it down. Go through, meaning, use up, consume. Example, the country went through most of its coal reserves in 1 year. Did he go through all his money already? Come up with, meaning, to contribute, suggestion, money. Example, after years of giving nothing, the old parishioner was able to come up with $1,000 donation. Look in on, meaning, visit somebody. Example, we were going to look in on my brother-in-law, but he wasn't home. Break down, meaning, stop functioning. Example, that old Jeep had a tendency to break down just when I needed it the most. Go back. Meaning, return to a place. Example. It's hard to imagine that we will ever go back to Lithuania. Leave out, meaning, omit. Example, you left out the part about the police chase down Asylum Avenue. Fill up, meaning, fill to capacity. Example, she filled up the grocery cart with free food. Look over, meaning, examine. Check. Example, the lawyers looked over the papers carefully before questioning the witness. Put out, meaning, extinguish. Example. The firefighters put out the house fire before it could spread. They put it out quickly. Turn down, meaning, reject. Example. He applied for a promotion twice this year, but he was turned down both times. Cut down on, meaning, curtail, expenses. Example. We tried to cut down on the money we were spending on entertainment. Look out for, meaning, be careful, anticipate. Example. Good instructors will look out for early signs of failure in their students. Catch on, meaning, become popular. Example. Popular songs seem to catch on in California first and then spread eastward. Get away, meaning, go on a vacation. Example. We worked so hard this year that we had to get away for a week. Find out, meaning, discover. Example. My sister found out that her husband had been planning a surprise party for her. Look up, meaning, search in a list. Example. You've misspelled this word again. You'd better look it up. Look up to, meaning, respect. Example. First graders really look up to their teachers. Come back, meaning, return to a place. Example. My father promised that we would never come back to this horrible place.